In 2000 years ago, ancient Egypt's Ptolemaic kingdom was in a state of turmoil, with constant power struggles and political intrigue. It was into this chaotic world that Cleopatra VII was born. As the daughter of Ptolemy XII Auletes, Cleopatra grew up understanding the complexities of Egyptian politics. From a young age, she was no stranger to the challenges and responsibilities that came with being a member of the royal family. Little did anyone know that Cleopatra was destined to become one of the most influential and iconic figures in Egyptian history, leaving a lasting impact on the world. Early in her life, Cleopatra experienced both family conflict and instability in politics. In 58 BCE, her father, Ptolemy XII Auletes, was exiled from Egypt due to his unpopular rule and heavy taxation. In his absence, Cleopatra's older sister, Berenice IV, took control of the throne. However, Ptolemy eventually regained power with the help of the Roman general Pompey in 55 BCE. After her father's death in 51 BCE, 18-year-old Cleopatra ascended to the throne alongside her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII, who was just 10 years old at the time. As co-rulers, they followed the traditional Ptolemaic practice of sibling marriage. However, Cleopatra, known for her intelligence, ambition, and political astuteness, quickly asserted her dominance. She removed Ptolemy XIII's name from official documents, effectively ruling alone. Cleopatra's rise to power faced significant challenges from the Egyptian nobility, who resented her independence and her close ties with the Roman Empire. In 49 BCE, Cleopatra was forced to flee to Syria due to a rebellion led by her brother's advisors. Undeterred, she sought the support of Julius Caesar, the Roman general who had arrived in Egypt in pursuit of his rival, Pompey. Recognizing the potential benefits of an alliance with Rome, Cleopatra famously had herself smuggled into Caesar's quarters, wrapped in a carpet. Her charm, wit, and political acumen impressed Caesar, and the two formed an alliance. With Caesar's military backing, Cleopatra defeated her brother's forces and regained control of the throne in 47 BCE. As the sole ruler of Egypt, Cleopatra demonstrated her strategic mind and political savvy. She knew that maintaining a strong relationship with Rome was crucial for Egypt's stability and prosperity. Her alliance with Caesar not only helped consolidate her power, but also opened up new trade opportunities and secured Egypt's borders. Cleopatra's early rule was marked by her ability to navigate complex political landscapes and make bold decisions to protect her kingdom's interests. A significant influence in both Cleopatra's personal and political life was the famed Roman general Julius Caesar. Their relationship, which began in 48 BCE when Caesar arrived in Egypt during the Alexandrian War, was a strategic alliance that benefited both parties. But Caesar wasn't the only Roman in Cleopatra's life. After Caesar's assassination, Cleopatra found herself drawn to Mark Antony, another powerful Roman leader. Their relationship was tumultuous and passionate, with Antony even abandoning his own wife to be with Cleopatra. Together, they had 3 children and dreamed of creating a powerful empire that spanned both Rome and Egypt. Cleopatra's personal relationships with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony were more than just love affairs. They were also important political partnerships that helped make Egypt stronger in the Mediterranean world. As a smart and powerful ruler, Cleopatra knew how important it was to have strong ties with the most influential men in the Roman Republic. By making deals with Caesar and Antony, Cleopatra got crucial military help for Egypt, protecting her kingdom from enemies both inside and outside the country. These relationships also helped Egypt trade with other countries, giving them access to new markets and resources. Cleopatra was also a devoted mother. She went to great lengths to ensure her children's safety and future success, even sending Caesarion, her eldest son, away to India to protect him from political rivals. At the top of the social hierarchy were the wealthy elite, including the royal family and high-ranking officials. These individuals enjoyed a life of luxury with access to the finest food, clothing, and entertainment. They lived in sprawling palaces and had servants to attend to their every need. However, for the majority of Egyptians, life was far from the opulence enjoyed by the elite. The average Egyptian was a farmer, labor, or artisan who toiled day in and day out to provide for their family. They resided in modest mud brick houses, often consisting of just a few small rooms, a far cry from the lavish palaces of the upper class. The Nile River was the lifeblood of the nation, and the average Egyptian's existence revolved around its annual flood cycles. Farmers relied on the nutrient-rich silt deposited by the Nile to cultivate their crops, while laborers and artisans used the river for transportation and as a source of raw materials. Despite the hardships they faced, the common people of Egypt were the backbone of the kingdom, their labor and skills essential to maintaining the country's prosperity and stability. Despite the social disparities, Cleopatra was a strong advocate for Egyptian culture and tradition. She was the first Ptolemaic ruler to learn the Egyptian language and embrace the customs of her adopted homeland. Under her reign, Egyptian art and architecture flourished, with grand temples and monuments being built throughout the kingdom. Cleopatra was also a patron of the arts and sciences. She sponsored scholars and artists from around the Mediterranean world, turning Alexandria into a hub of learning and culture. The famous Library of Alexandria, which housed over 500,000 scrolls, was a testament to Cleopatra's commitment to knowledge and education. One of the most significant conflicts of her reign was the Battle of Actium in 31 BCE. This battle was the culmination of a long-standing power struggle between two of the most influential figures in the Roman world, Octavian, the great-nephew and adopted son of Julius Caesar, and Mark Antony, a prominent Roman general and politician who was also Cleopatra's lover. The conflict between Octavian and Antony had been brewing for years, as both men sought to fill the power vacuum left by the assassination of Julius Caesar. Antony had formed an alliance with Cleopatra. However, this alliance also made Antony vulnerable to accusations of betraying Rome's interests in favor of a foreign power. Octavian, on the other hand, portrayed himself as the defender of Rome's traditional values and the champion of the Roman people. He launched a propaganda campaign against Antony and Cleopatra, accusing them of seeking to undermine the Roman Republic and establish a dynastic monarchy in the Eastern Mediterranean. The tensions between Octavian and Antony finally came to a head in 31 BCE, when their armies and navies clashed off the coast of Actium, a promontory in western Greece. The Battle of Actium was one of the largest naval engagements in ancient history, involving hundreds of ships and thousands of soldiers on both sides. Cleopatra and Antony's forces were ultimately defeated by Octavian's fleet, which was led by his trusted general, Marcus Vipsanius Agrippa. The exact reasons for their defeat are still debated by historians, but it is believed that a combination of factors, including poor weather conditions, strategic miscalculations, and the superior tactics of Octavian's forces, contributed to the outcome. After the Battle of Actium, Cleopatra and Antony retreated to Egypt, where they soon found themselves besieged by Octavian's forces. Realizing that defeat was inevitable, Antony took his own life, leaving Cleopatra to face the consequences alone. According to legend, Cleopatra chose to end her life by allowing a venomous asp to bite her, rather than face the humiliation of being paraded through the streets of Rome as Octavian's captive. Her death marked the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty and the beginning of a new era of Roman dominance in Egypt. In the aftermath of Cleopatra's reign, Egypt became a province of the Roman Empire, ruled by a prefect appointed by the emperor. The once mighty kingdom that had been a center of learning, culture, and power for centuries was reduced to a mere outpost of a foreign empire. But while Cleopatra's reign ended in tragedy, her legacy has endured for more than 2 millennia. She has become an icon of beauty, power, and romance, inspiring countless works of art, literature, and popular culture. From Shakespeare's play Antony and Cleopatra to Elizabeth Taylor's iconic portrayal in the 1963 film Cleopatra, the last queen of Egypt has captured the imagination of generations. Her story has been retold and reinterpreted countless times, each new version adding to the mythos surrounding this fascinating historical figure. In many ways, Cleopatra represents the best of what the ancient world had to offer: a cosmopolitan outlook, a thirst for learning, and a willingness to embrace change and innovation. If you liked the video, please do not forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.